Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Happy 2021. We have made it all the way to January. It is a brand new year, and we are going to have some fun for the last couple weeks of this class. So this is a semester-long class. It ends the first week of February, and being a video production class, this month is all going to be about creating some videos. So you're going to have 2 video projects that are coming up. This applies to all students, whether you're a photography or a video student. So we've got some options for you. So let me go ahead and explain this week's goals. All right, so this week's goals, we are going to learn about our 3 different video project options. You're going to take the weekly quiz to give us that secret word to make sure you know you've been playing along. And then lastly, you're going to begin planning your video project, and the script is going to be due next Wednesday. So you'll have about 10 days to come up with a script. The reason why is some of you might choose interviews and you'll need to schedule them. So you have about a week and a half until the next thing after our weekly quiz is due. So you guys have 3 options for our video projects. The first 2 are options that will appear on Heron TV. So if you would like to do a staff spotlight, you can interview a teacher and we can get that on Heron TV. You could also create a random fact of the episode. So those are your 2 options that will probably appear on Heron TV. Not every single project will necessarily make it, but they will all be eligible. So if you choose one of the first 2 options, there's no opting out of Heron TV. If you're willing to be on the show, you can choose one of our first 2 options. But if you don't want to choose either of those options, you're welcome to make a photography bio video that will be just for our class. So other students in class may see it, but it will not be shown to the entire school. So those are your choices. Now, the reason why we're switching into video is because we all have access to WeVideo. So if you have not had a chance to watch my WeVideo tutorial, please go ahead and watch that now so that everyone is able to edit a video. You can record from your phone, upload directly to Google Drive, and then import your footage into WeVideo directly from Google Drive and even save your work in Google Drive. Then you can turn it in Google Classroom. So everybody is going to be making videos, even if you're just using your webcam from your Chromebook. It is all going to be possible thanks to WeVideo. So let's look a little deeper at our 3 options. So first off, if you would like to do a staff spotlight, you can interview a teacher in a Google Meet. You must arrange the interview, record or have them record the interview, record an introduction separate from the Google Meet, and record yourself asking questions to your computer separately. The reason why you want to do that is so that you can edit it all together, and it's not just a screen recording of a Google Meet. We want to have some production that goes along with this. You're going to edit it all together in a video that is between 1 and 3 minutes in length, and it'll be potentially aired on Heron TV. Now, our next option that we can do is the random fact of the episode. Now, this is something that is also going to appear on Heron TV. It must be between 45 and 60 seconds. We don't want it tiny short, but at the same time, you can't go on and on because it's part of a larger show. You're going to have opening and closing titles and include cutaway pictures or videos that support the message. So you're going to include 3 or more camera angles in the video. So please do not just have one camera angle of you sitting delivering a random fact. You have to cut away to other things. You have to use a variety of camera angles, and my example will show you what you can do. The last thing, if you don't want to choose something for Heron TV, is you can create a video that shows off at least 10 of your best photos. You're going to record a narration explaining what you have learned about composition, photo editing, and your process, what you enjoy about photography. You need opening and closing titles, music, and narration, and the video should be between 1 and 2 minutes in length. And the images should be animated in some fashion. So maybe you'll have them scale or move, something along those lines, but we don't want to just have static pictures over your talking. Some of them might be static, but I want to see some animation options as well. And in WeVideo, you're going to be able to do all of these things. You can also make a slideshow in Google Photos. You can screen record that, and then you could have that as a piece of video that you add into your video. So you've got a variety of options for how you want to do that. All right. We're going to get to the secret word, but before we do, let's cut to our examples of your 3 different video options. All right. Well, let's call Mr. Oliver and get him on Staff Spotlight. Hey there, Mr. Oliver. Hi, Mr. Oliver. I just want to thank you for agreeing to be on this week's Staff Spotlight. Yeah, sure. It's my pleasure. Yeah, I have a few questions for you. So first off, how long have you been a teacher? Let's see, I started teaching when my daughter was born in 2005, and that was at Rao Middle School. And then I moved over to Sunrise Middle School, which eventually moved me here to Happy Valley Middle School 10 years ago. Actually, 11 years ago. Time flies. And what types of things do you do when you're not teaching? Well, when I'm not teaching, I love to get out and play some golf. That's a lot of fun. I really enjoy snowboarding. Over break, I had a chance to get up a couple times. That was great. And I love taking pictures and recording video. So I'm always kind of messing around with the camera some way or another. Would you rather relax on a beach or go skydiving? Well, I've never been skydiving. Kind of something I've always liked to do, but I do enjoy relaxing on a beach. That's a pretty nice way to get some R&R. Do you have any pets? Do I have any pets? Yes, I have lots of pets. I have 13 pets. Well, so I have 8 chickens. My daughter has a snake. My son has a bearded dragon. We have 2 dogs and a cat. So, yeah, 13 pets. That's a lot of pets. And I guess my last question is, what do you think the biggest challenge is by teaching in CDL? The hardest part about teaching during CDL is probably that I don't get to teach a live class to my students. So being an elective teacher, I just post a video on YouTube every Monday, and then my students sometimes join for office hours. And so there's a little bit of a disconnect. But I think being a video teacher, I was kind of suited well for going to video style teaching. So that works out. Well, thanks so much for agreeing to be on this week's Staff Spotlight. Yeah, well, it's my pleasure. And I'm sure we'll see it on Heron TV sometime soon. All right. Take care, Mr. Oliver. Okay. Take care. The Timberline Lodge Trail. That looks like a cool one. Oh, hey there, Herons. How's it going? I'm just doing a little reading about some hiking. In fact, here's a random fact for you about hiking. The Pacific Crest Trail is a hiking trail that runs all the way from Mexico to Canada. It is 2,650 miles long and takes the average hiker 5 months to complete, but elite hikers do it in as little as 2 months. That's pretty fast. If I want to become an elite hiker, I better keep studying. Well, that was your random fact of the episode. Have a great day, Herons. My name is Mr. Oliver, and I really enjoy digital photography. One of my favorite styles of photography is landscape photography. I enjoy taking pictures of sunrises, sunsets, waterfalls, and cityscapes. One of my favorite things to include in landscape photography is long exposures. I love how car lights can make light trails that look like red and white streaks that go all the way across the image. I also really enjoy taking pictures of stars. Regardless of the subject that I'm taking pictures of, I love the process of looking through my viewfinder and trying to compose the perfect shot. I love it when the light looks just right, or the background frames my subject exactly how I pictured it, and I capture an image that I want to share. It is the best feeling when you copy a picture to your computer and start the editing process and start to see the picture come to life. Getting the exposure perfect, slightly adjusting the colors, and making slight adjustments to the contrast are all part of the process that I love. I love photography. All right, so you saw it, right? You saw me interview myself. It was kind of fun to pull off. You can actually do that with WeVideo. It does have a green screen feature, so if you want to make it look like the person you're talking to is on the screen, generally that doesn't film well, but if you just make a green background on your computer full screen, you'll be able to key in the other video. So if anyone wants to try that, stop by office hours and I'll show you some tricks for how you're able to pull off that green screen keying effect in order to be able to see something that's on a screen. That's usually what's done anytime you see screens in a video, because otherwise there's going to be a reflection or things like that. All right. So you also saw our random fact of the episode. I meant to do that one outdoors with a hiking sequence, but it has been really rainy. So I just filmed it in the basement reading a book, but you get the idea. Still try to use 3 different camera angles as I was doing that. And then lastly, your photography video. So you're going to show off your best pieces of photo. You're going to have some music. You're going to have narration that goes along with it. So those are your options. All right, let's cut to that secret word. All right, guys, today's secret word is snowboarding. That's right, it's snowboarding. Hopefully you had a nice winter break and you're ready to make some movies. So remember, guys, secret word, snowboarding. There you go, fitting for wintertime, right? Snowboarding is our secret word. So let's take a closer look now at the script that you're going to need to hand in by next Wednesday. Now, I'm giving you a week and a half because you might be arranging an interview with a teacher. So you've got some time to think about this, but then you can start working on your script. So if you are doing a staff spotlight script, you're going to need to list the staff member that's going to be interviewed. So send them an email, ask them if it's okay, and schedule an interview, schedule a meet, right? They can help you schedule it. Teachers do this all the time. Go ahead and fill that out the day that you're going to do it. You can invite me to the meet also, and I can coach you through the process. It's not required that I'm there, but I'm more than happy to be. And then once a Google Meet has been created, you can go ahead and add the link to it right here on the assignment. That way I'll be able to look at it as well. But just go ahead and invite me if you would like to. All right, so here are 5 different questions that I asked myself in my interview. How long have you been a teacher? What do you do when you aren't teaching? Would you rather go skydiving or relax on a beach? Do you have any pets? And what's the hardest part about teaching during CDL? Now, you don't have to ask these exact same questions, but you want to have a variety of questions that are going to be fun for people to watch the responses to. You don't want to just ask about their work, but you also don't want to just ask about their personal life. So think about both things that you could kind of blend together to get some interesting responses for your video. You also want to include some production notes, right? So these were some ideas that I had before I interviewed myself. So filming myself sitting at my computer asking questions, film opening the Meet, opening the Google Meet, and film myself saying goodbye, closing the laptop, walking off the room, turning out the lights. Now, you don't have to stick to your notes exactly, right? I had a lot of different ideas. Once I started filming it, it ended up being a little different. The best angle that I had was that side angle of me where I could also see my screen in order to do the green screen work. So you have some choices in this. Now, I also being that it was interviewing myself, I asked myself the questions once, moved to a new location, and answered them. Now, you can do the exact same thing with a teacher. So once that teacher signs off, go ahead and film yourself asking all the questions again. You can cut to them so that you have the best shot when you're going. Sometimes when you record a Google Meet, it ends up a little weird. While one person's talking, you still see the footage from the other person. Or if someone makes a noise, the camera cuts over. So do multiple takes. So you've got lots of different things to edit together. Once you hit stop recording on the meeting, it will send you an email and upload it to your drive. You can download it and you can add it into WeVideo so that you can do all of your edits. So if you're going to do a staff spotlight, these are some of the things that you're going to need to be thinking about. And this script is due next Wednesday. All right, you may be doing a random fact of the episode. So here is my script. I didn't follow it exactly, but it's pretty similar. Like I said, it was raining today when I went to film all of this, so I just decided to do it in my basement reading a book. But try and have a fun way to introduce your random fact and not just deliver it without any attachment to it. That's why I was reading the book. Obviously, I could have been hiking as well. That would have been a little more fun, but you get the idea. So once again, I have my production notes, right, that talk about the things that I want to have. I ended up changing my script or changing my location completely, so my notes are very different. But the important thing is you come up with some ideas and you go into your project with a plan. All videos and movies need a plan. Go into it with a plan. It's okay to sometimes get off script a little bit, but you want to go in with a plan so that you can make this work. All right, our last choice is to do your photography portfolio video. And so here's the script that you saw me reading. I filmed myself while I was sitting at my computer just reading it. So pretty straightforward. those were my video footage. I wanted to add some more footage of me actually out taking pictures, kind of getting my camera set up. But the way it worked out is that just by showing the pictures seemed to work just fine. So I put in a variety of pictures that are what I'm talking about in my video. So in your script, if you took a picture of a sunset that you love, make sure to talk about that sunset. And then as you're talking about it, you can cut away to that picture. Now, I added the Ken Burns effect, so it has like some zooming and panning on some of my pictures, and I left some of the others still. Sometimes I showed 2 pictures at once. Sometimes I just had 1 picture fill the frame. It's entirely up to you how you do it, but I want to see some sort of animation to your photos. You can also just screen record a slideshow in Google Photos. So in Google Photos, you can make an album, you could play it as a slideshow, you could screen record that, and that would be footage that you could add in as well. So this is your photography portfolio video options. You want to come up with lots of notes, you can go into your project with lots of ideas, but I'm sure it'll change as you sit down and record your narration and start adding pictures that go along with that. So whatever you choose, good luck. And you have, like I said, you have a week and a half to get that script ready. So this Friday, so as soon as you finish this video, just go ahead and take our weekly quiz, saying which video you're going to choose to do, and then answer the correct secret word. So that's going to be 10 points, just like any week. For next week, though, you need to turn in your script to Google Classroom. That's going to be worth 10 points. There is not going to be a secret word for next week. It is just going to be, did you hand in the script? So make sure you hand in your script. I'm going to be grading that assignment, not just grading, did you fill out a form with a secret word? For the 22nd, your final video must be uploaded to Google Drive and submitted in Google Classroom, and that is worth 20 points. So you must turn in a video. Many of you have been handing in secret words, but have not been submitting your work. So you will not receive any points unless you turn in a video, right? You might get points for your script. You'll get points for the secret word for this week. But in order to get all 40 points for this project, you need to take the quiz, turn in the script by next Wednesday, and then by the following Friday, the 22nd, have your video completed, submitted to Google Drive, uploaded to Google Drive, and submitted to Google Classroom. So those are all the things you need to do to make this video. I am available every day in office hours. Just send me an email if you want to meet with me. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be there just on a drop-in basis. But just let me know with an email if you plan on coming, and I will make sure that I'm there to help you learn how to use WeVideo, learn how to set up an interview, whatever you need help with. I'm here to support you. That's what it's all about. So this week's goal is just to review. We learned about our 3 video options. We took our weekly quiz, and we began planning our video projects. Remember, that script is due next Wednesday. So good luck with all these things. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So never stop creating, and I'll see you in the next video.